Ay, ay, ay. Es muy pequeño, muy pequeño. Yeah, I don't know if it's doable even. Not even in my freaking socks. So I wasn't able to go surfing. Well, I went and I took a ride down. I thought, what kind of workout am I going to do to show y'all that maybe some other athletes, football players, track, could kind of try out a nice little swim workout that's not going to be too much, so your other training is still on par, but just something to get you going a little bit. So I headed down to the pool, and I really didn't plan anything, but what I ended up doing was nice little warm-up. I think it was either, I don't know, 150, 200 yards. Then I went ahead and did 100, just nice and chill pace. Well, quicker than the warm-up. Then I went ahead and did a 25 fly, and then a 25 freestyle stroke. And then I went ahead and I did, what did I do? I did I did a 50, I believe, and then I did an all-out, a little bit, not really all out, but some drown proofing. So the key is you put your hands behind your back and your feet touch. And so you sink to the bottom, come up, breath. And you do 20 of them. Then you want to do some underwater running. And then we go ahead and we try to do, some swimming with our hands behind our back and our legs together, right? So it just gets you nice and going. A little story for y'all. So when I was 16 or 17, I tried out for the first time as a lifeguard, right? Never swam in a pool. I surfed before, but I didn't know how to do laps or anything like that. So I go in the pool and I'm wearing my little track, compression pants, right? I get in, first lap, they fall, right? They fall the bleep down. So I hop out, I walk home because I live probably a mile away from the church where the tryout was. So I emailed the head guy. He's quite the character. He's pretty much like Michael Scott. Email him. He's like, oh, no problem. You need to try again in June. So I try again and I meet up with, some of the older lifeguards. They take me to the pool, and the one guy was a football player who's a guard who never swam. So he's like, oh, you'll be good, dude. Like, trust me. So I go and I try it out, and, I did not pass. I didn't push off the wall. Notice in this workout, I'm pushing off the wall to get distance. I did none of that. I would come to a stop, jump back in, and try to swim. So I didn't pass, right? And it was pretty disheartening because, not that it wasn't something that I worked hard for, but that's the whole thing, right? I kind of had an expectation and I went into it. But again, it wasn't like the deal where I thought 100% I was going to make it. I just was like trying it out because I know some other people, who also did it as well. But so then I kind of gave up on it for a little bit, and I did other jobs in the summer. I was an ice cream truck driver. What else did I do? I worked at some surf shops, which was probably my least favorite job because you just kind of walk around and you got to fold clothes. Now, the other surf shop was cool. It was more about selling the boards and kind of chilling out. You'd surf in the morning. The other one, nah, bro, not it. But, and I'm not going to add anybody, no hate to throw. Just was not the game for me, not the scene for me. So anyway, it's my sophomore year of college. And I'm going in and I'm trying out for I was going in and I was actually on the team already the year before, but for some reason, for I guess good reasoning, I was always borderline going to get cut. And so I was like, what can I do now to really be running during my off time? So I was like, all right, we're going to do this and we're going to do it right. And, but I went to the same church to get a swim lesson, and it was, probably 60, 70-year-old woman who taught me the breathing. And, I thank her greatly because she's the reason I ended up passing. Because, once I got the breathing, once I worked it in, it was more so about, the lack of pool swimming at all. So I really put it together, and then I was able to pass. I passed, it was a slow time. Let me get this straight. But, moral of the story for me, which I took in, was just, it was one of the first steps of kind of acknowledging, like, you don't have to be good at something or even relative. You could be really bad at something and then start to get into it and enjoy. But I honestly didn't enjoy swimming until this past year when I came kind of full circle, and I was, after track and after doing athletics, I was like, you know what? I kind of miss when I tried out, or not tried out, I started playing football, and I was, really bad. Or when I started surfing, people will tell you, it took me a